Guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect. Today we are going to be getting into Astral Sorcery and getting up automated sand generation and aquamarine shell generation. So I hope you guys are ready. So while I was waiting for some things to kind of happen here, I was letting this work a little bit, kind of letting my my power kind of run its course, just to kind of see, make sure everything was running okay. I actually needed to go get a few things, so I started walking over here, and that's when I noticed we have something really special really close by. Let's just take a look over here. Like, as soon as we go through this, you can kind of see it already. We have an Astral Sorcery temple right here in a really odd place, to say the least, because usually they're on top of mountains and things like that. Also, I found another one of those wizard towers, but this thing is really cool that it is right here. Like, that's awesome. Now, one thing that I would really like to do is I would like to find out where the entryway is and actually mine out a tunnel that allows us to walk here from our base, because it's not too far, right? So maybe we could actually just manage to walk over here, and we should be able to tunnel. And I can set a waypoint that'll make it a little easier on us. So if I mine through here, you can see, oh, wow, right here is exactly where we need to be. So if I make sure to set a waypoint, and here we change that. That way I know how far I need to tunnel, which is perfect. So we should be able to just tunnel right there and be good. I actually want to tunnel it directly from the under part of my base, just to kind of make easy access to get to it. But what I'm going to need is my hammer. I probably want to upgrade my hammer to potentially a diamond one if I have the ability to. We need to check our chest, but we're going to head this way, and it seems like it's pretty much a straight shoot almost. We'll probably take a path as we go. Let's see, hammer. How much diamond do we have? Oh yeah, we could totally make a diamond hammer. Let's go ahead and work on that. So right now we just have a regular stone hammer, but I would prefer to make it out of other materials. And I've not tried doing this, but let's take a look at silence gems here. And let's actually take a look at some of these other component parts of this. I've not really got the chance to do this, so this would be a great time to do that before we move into Astral Sorcery. So we have this crafting station here, and apparently we can have crafting materials and then put the parts over here to build our different things. So like here we can make a rod. And let's take a look at blaze, because I'm pretty sure blaze rod is an option. So if we have this crafting pattern, maybe it's crafting and then parts. Show available parts list. Oh, wow. Okay. So this right here, blaze rod. We can kind of see a little bit of the different modifiers and stats and things like that. So blaze rod is definitely a thing that we want to use in here. But we need to figure out how to get it to work. So maybe if I put, this is for part storage, right? If I do this, how do I get it over? This is something that is new to me, so bear with me with this. Maybe, maybe I do this? Don't really know. Template rod. So if we put this in a regular crafting table, we can't use blaze rod, it doesn't seem. Even though you'd think, since it shows it, maybe we can just use a blaze rod entirely? Is the blaze rod just... Okay, so we can just actually use a blaze rod. Okay. So maybe we'll use a blaze rod and we'll go ahead and make the hammer. So if we take these diamonds, and let's just go ahead and try this. Silence also has a part analyzer, and this just lets us determine the quality of the diamond. It's not going to change the diamond in any way. We're still going to be able to utilize the diamond. It'll still stack and things like that normally, but this is going to show us the different tiers. So you can see this is SS grade. That's really good. That's a really good grade material. So SS is wonderful. C is okay. E is not good. B is okay. Right? So you kind of have that tier class when it comes to these tools. And this just lets you kind of sort through and see what parts are going to be that you might want to use. Anyways, I'm going to definitely keep that SS one. That's going to be going on one of my tools. Okay, so I'm going to throw this in. Let's just go ahead. Like if you were wanting to min-max your tools, this is the best way to do it. Let's go ahead and get our hammer blueprint. Should be in here somewhere, right here. And yeah, we'll just do diamond, because I don't know if it lets you do like multiple materials. So let's try like iron. Like, is that what this is used for? Is to do like multiple materials? I'm so interested in this and figuring out how this crafting table functions. So like if I have my part, can I do one part iron? Oh, I can. So you can do like parts of it iron. Look at that. Okay. So I guess that would help. That would give you different parts. I don't know, that maybe have different relations. I have no idea. I don't know. I'm just going to go straight diamond because I know the durability is going to be great. And we'll go ahead and make our head. And I should be able to use this to make a blaze rod on it. And now we have a diamond hammer. Right. Okay. So a little interesting on how that functions, but I didn't know you could mix stuff. So that's kind of cool. And we actually now have a really decent hammer. Let's get some torches. And then I'm going to start my mine, and we're going to dive into a little bit of Astral Sorcery today. I'm kind of in the mood for Astral Sorcery. Let's see. Do I have an excavator? Do. An iron. So this is kind of where our tools come in handy here. We can just start upgrading things. There we go. Perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my mine on. Now that I have my tunnel done, we should be able to start working on Astral Sorcery, and it's a really cool mod. And there's gonna be a lot of actual useful things that we can get out of this thing. So let's just take a look at this. Let's just kind of dive into Astral Sorcery. Right, so I got that area filled up. So Astral Sorcery has some really neat things. And to get started, well, you probably need the Astral Tome. Let's see, I think you start with it. Yes, you start with it. So the Astral Tome is going to give you the discovery. You can kind of zoom in, or I kind of like to use my W and S key to zoom in and out. Just makes it a lot easier to do it that way. But you can see the first thing we're going to need is a resonating wand. How fun. And we're going to be able to get some ores with that. But we need to find ancient shrines and some celestial papers in order to get started with that. So let's take a look at the recipe for the resonating wand. 2 aquamarine, some marble, and an ender pearl. And it also mentions a crafting table. So let's just kind of take a look at a regular crafting table. All right, so we have a crafting table, and now we're going to need ender pearl. If I can type ender pearl. There we go. Aquamarine. I don't know. We have 2. Okay. We're going to worry about getting more of those soon. And then marble. Marble is used a lot in Astral Sorcery. All right. So here is my tunnel. Please forgive the torches. Eventually we'll fix the light sources. And one of those light sources is going to come from Astral Sorcery. I really like the light sources that you can get in this mod. Really cool. Especially the wand that is in here. So you're going to find these buildings, and this is a floating crystal. Well, we place the crafting table here, and this is going to allow us to do some crafting. You see the beam of light shining down here? Yeah, this is where all of it starts to happen. And once you have this beam of light, you can use it to craft with. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's create the thing that we set out to create, which is the wand, and we're able to create it. Now, you have to have this crafting table under here. You cannot craft it any other way. Also, these shrines come with a couple of chests that you're going to have celestial papers in. And you can see I just learned a few things. We'll take a look at that here in a second. These celestial papers are really important. Some of them, however, don't really give you anything. Let's kind of take a look at them, though. So if we open up our Astral Sorcery Tome, you'll see we have research and constellations. Research is really nice. Also, if you shift right click, it has a storage built in, which allows you to store your constellation papers that actually have meaning to them. I have a couple of others in my actual main storage. These are ones that, as you can see, there's nothing there. So, no need in worrying about those. So, now that we've completed this, you see the ones that we have found, we can actually see the constellations of. Later on, we're going to figure out how to actually make use of those constellations. But constellations and, of course, astral stuff is going to be very important in this mod, which is really, really cool. So, let's dive into here. Of course, you can see right here, we're going to need to work on a luminous crafting table, but we also need to find some ores. And it tells you in here how to find ores in aquamarine shale. We're going to do that. I think I've already talked about how to find aquamarine shale in this Let's Play, but this resonating wand works really well at night. So it needs to be dark out in order for us to really utilize this thing. So since we can fly, it's going to make using this wand really simple. Let's go ahead and fly here. And as long as you're holding this wand, you're going to start to see some weird things like these white beams that are going to show up. And what we need to do is when we find those, you kind of stand here, you're like, all right, it's popping out of this right here. So I recommend mining straight down. I know like that's breaking the #1 rule of Minecraft, but believe me, if you mine in a 2x2 like this, you should be okay. That levitates mobs, by the way. You should be relatively safe. Now, keep in mind, you are going to have to worry about things like creepers and such, like I just had happen, showing up on you. But if you're any type of mob, of course, you can always fly up. And if you're ablaze and you happen to fall into lava, don't worry. You're not going to take damage, right? You're going to be perfectly safe because you'll get fire resistance. All right, I'm going to continue mining down. And what you're looking for is you're going to find right above right in between diamond level, like Y15 and below, there's a chance that you're going to find some rock crystal. So if I get right down here, which we're getting pretty close to where we'll potentially find it, you should come right across it. If one of the beams was showing up, if not, when you get down to this level, you'll definitely eventually find it. So as you can see right here, we've come to a problem. We have lava in the way, but that's going to be fine. Let's go ahead and grab some cobblestone. The lava is actually not that deep right here, so it kind of works out. So we can continue our mine. There we go. And we're getting pretty close. We're at Y level 7. I've not hit any yet, but it should be down here somewhere. So I just recommend when you get down to this level around bedrock, just start mining out, and eventually you'll find it. This right here is rock crystal. And sometimes you'll find one, sometimes you'll find two. It all depends. It's very important though. Rock crystals are how you're going to be getting started in Astral Sorcery. And once you find a rock crystal in your discovery tab, you need to kind of take a look here at your luminous crafting table. Luminous crafting table is going to be made also inside that crafting table that we had before. And the luminous crafting table is how we're going to craft things later on. And as you can see, we have sooty marble. That's something new. It's just marble with coal in the center. So we kind of have a jump start. Now that we've got this rock crystal, we can kind of move out. But you're going to use this wand to be able to find where these rock crystals are at. And some biomes are easier to find them in than others. You might find better luck going in the mining dimension, because I don't know if there's actually lava in the mining dimension. But isn't it always daytime in there? Yeah. If it's always daytime, you won't be able to find it. So having this wand in your hand, you should see tons of these things showing up. Like there's one right here. They're going to be all over the place. So that's what you want to find, is a bunch of rock crystals. And believe me, getting down to that level is going to be the hardest part of Astral Sorcery as a whole. Back at our crafting table, we can set this up and get ourselves a luminous crafting table. Awesome. So after you've crafted the luminous crafting table, and it's going to be like this for most of the stages, is the crafting table is what's going to unlock another chapter or another, I guess, celestial body or whatever you want to call these constellations. These are going to show up here. And now you can see we need a light well, and a light well requires a rock crystal. But we can't craft a light well normally we have to utilize a luminous crafting table. And a luminous crafting table also requires it to be nighttime in order to work, because you're basing all of this off of starlight power. Starlight is just the power that everything runs on. So I'm actually going to go into the roof here of my house and just place this up here, I guess. Let's see. Let's place it on here. Well, that doesn't work either. Anyways, we're going to leave it here. As you can see, we have max starlight. So I should be able to get myself a, let's see, light well. And I should be able to craft it, given that I have the materials needed. You can see this needs rune marble, chiseled marble, and an aquamarine. Currently, I don't have a lot of aquamarine. I just haven't found much. Once we get the light going, I'm going to show you guys a way that you can kind of set up and potentially get a bit more aquamarine quicker than searching for it like I'm going to be doing. But I am going to be doing a bit of searching, and luckily this shovel is really nice for this, because having the ability to have night vision lets you see underwater really, really well. So yeah, that's something that I really need to do, is just sort of go around, find some aquamarine, and you just wish me the best of luck. So once you have some stuff gathered up, like some of the materials that you're going to need, we should be able to make some wells. And like I said, these wells are going to be very nice for us. I also went ahead and got some more rocks. When you break a rock crystal, sometimes you can get like 2 or 3 of them. This was just from 3 more rock crystals I ended up finding. And yeah, as you can see, this is a little bit more than 3, which is really nice. And each one of these are going to have different stats on them, depending on where you find them. So anyways, let's go ahead and make a light well. So light well, and there we go. So when we have the items in here, it's not going to just go ahead and craft. That's where we use our resonating wand. We right click on here with the resonating wand, and look what's going to happen. This is going to start utilizing some of that light, and then it will recharge back each time you do this. So let's go ahead and make another light well. I want to go ahead and have 2 of them, and we'll just get these going. And I'll actually place these right next to this guy for right now. So let's go ahead and get this one. Bam. So here we have our light well. Actually, let's go ahead and take this real quick, because there's actually something else I want to do. So let's head down here, and we're going to go ahead and make ourselves a tank from Ender.io. This is very useful. Now keep in mind, if you go to using thermal pipes on this, like fluid pipes to move things around, be careful, because this is a hot fluid, or considered a hot fluid. So let's go ahead and put the light wells right on top of here, and I'm going to set these to pull the fluid out. This will just kind of help. These are 16. These only hold, I think, 4 buckets worth or something like that. But to kind of get these jump started, just go ahead and place some of your aquamarine on top, and you'll see that this is going to start generating some liquid starlight. And you're going to need a bucket of it to kind of progress forward. If we see this here, to go back, you'll see that we have this new starlight crafting altar. And this is where we're going to get into a little bit of a build. We have to build an actual altar for this, so we still need to figure out where we're going to do that. I don't know if we're going to get into this today, but building an altar is not that bad. But as you can see, that just broke, right? And that was not very much. We didn't actually get very much from that. You're going to have to keep an eye on these, and you're going to want to make sure you kind of eyeball these until you get a good amount. And these will generate the most starlight while it is nighttime. During the day, it'll go really slow. You'll probably end up breaking a bunch of your aquamarine. But here in a minute, I'm going to show you a good way to kind of generate more aquamarine. So now that we have a little bit of starlight, we're going to do something really cool with this. Let's go ahead and grab a bucket. And we need a bucket of lava and a bucket of liquid starlight to kind of get this process started. And I already have most of the things that we're going to need for this pretty interesting automation project. So we're going to need a little bit of glass. I'm going to kind of use that just to kind of be able to see through things. We are going to need a vacuum hopper and a couple of caches. And that's basically it. Everything else is going to be just utilizing regular vanilla mechanics. Now, the cool part about starlight is it sort of reacts to things differently. It reacts to certain things a little bit different than other things. So, I also noticed this room is definitely off. How did I not catch that? This is wrong. Totally wrong. Anyways, we're going to utilize, I guess this area over here should work. But what I want to get set up is I need a piston. I think I have a piston on me, yeah, and a lever. And we're going to use this to pull and retract a piston. Well, kind of makes sense. To kind of separate these two things. So let's go ahead and just break down for a second how this is actually going to function. So if we take, if we break this for a second, which this is a bad example because the floor is definitely hollow. Let's do this area. There we go. So if we do this, say we kind of break this area and we set up your standard obsidian or not obsidian, cobblestone generator that you normally do with water and lava, but we kind of change it up. Instead, we put the liquid starlight here and we put the lava here. And if you notice, it generates sand. Well, sand has a falling mechanic. So what we can do with this is we can just infinitely generate sand. But not only does this process generate sand, it has a small chance of, instead of generating sand, it'll generate aquamarine shale. So we could use that. Now, I do have some wood here. I'm kind of concerned that this is actually going to cause problems. So I might want to make sure to push this back a little bit further than I was initially, thinking about doing. So let's kind of figure out how I'm going to do this. Right now, we're going to be breaking into the ground. Where are we at? Okay. So we have a pretty good space. I want this center to be where that's at. So if we kind of picture this, we have lava on the right 2 blocks from here. So what I want to do is have my vacuum hopper set up roughly here. This is still going to put us pretty close to the fire zone, which I'm kind of concerned about. Hopefully it doesn't catch on fire, then we're going to have a big problem. But anyways, let's kind of get this going. I'm going to take some of this marble, and this is actually going to go on the sides, and this is going to be our initial setup of this, right? And then on the top, this is going to be a little bit different. This hole right here is where the water would just flow in. So right here needs to be a block of liquid starlight, right? So let's go ahead and break that. Now that we have a placement block, we can go ahead and fill this in. So liquid starlight goes here, and 2 blocks over, lava is going to go here. So this also needs to be closed. And this is just going to all flow in. Now I need a way to stop this at any given point. So to do that, we're actually going to break this over here. I'm going to, I guess, line the area. I might as well do this. Line this whole area up with some of this just to kind of keep everything looking the same. And this wall can be closed in. We only need a small area over here. And I'll show you why I'm doing this. So let's grab marble. And then also my chisel. And turn this into the lovely bricks that I'm working with right now. There we go. I think these are the same, right? Nope, these are totally different. What are these bricks? All right, maybe there's other bricks. These right here. Okay. So yeah. So right here we need a little empty space. Even these are off-colored looking. So what I'm going to do is put a slab back there. So slab of any kind. Just going to go with this slab. So that way when our piston does its job and pushes a block, it's also going to be pushing sand. And I need that sand to be pushed along with it. Let's go ahead and get our piston. I'm going to remove this. We're going to put this back here in a minute. Let's get our piston placed in here. And I think this is in the right place. Does it need to go? I think it needs to go one more block this way. So yes, we need it right here. And this is going to be pushing a marble block. Awesome. So let's go ahead and get a lever. Unfortunately, we can't place a lever there, but we can place it right next to this. And you can see it's going to push this in here. And what this is going to do is it's going to prevent the lava and this from working. So it's inevitably a shutoff switch. But when it does that, there's going to be sand here. So sand's going to be pushed, and we don't want it to build up. We want it to be able to be broken. Also, we have a vacuum hopper. This is going to break the sand as well. But we're going to have 2 caches here. And 1 cache is all I'm going to set up right now until we get some shale that kind of gets picked up inside here. Let's go ahead and place that. And then we can go ahead and set up the hopper. So Control O to turn JEI off. And then we're going to add a node there. And that's going to fill this cache. Except for it's going to be filled with sand. And then eventually we're going to put a cache over here that's going to be filled with the aquamarine shale. All right, so we just about have everything ready to go. I'm going to go ahead, I guess, change this. That looks fine for now. And we can actually decorate this. I thought I was going to need glass, but I guess not. This as well. This is a different color. So weird that's a different color. Anyways. That's pretty much all set up. I can even, I guess, break this down and make it brick as well, because this is all Astral Sorcery related anyways. Let's pull everything out of here. And I guess let's get this all set up, right? So here's the hard part. We need to get the fluid in there. So, yeah. Let's go up top and see if I can't do that. Also, I'm going to lock the piston in place, so that way when we get back, we can just utilize the piston for moving this. But this is something you might want to do. Instead of farming aquamarine shale, this is going to be a good way of doing it. So let's find out where that area is at. It was by this tree, I thought. Yeah, right here. So where exactly is this all set up? Right here? Okay, perfect. And we can cover this back up with dirt, no problem. But our lava needs to go on this side. So I can go ahead and place the lava there. And our liquid starlight will go here. And then just cover it up as if nothing ever existed there. Right. Perfect. Also, liquid starlight is a very bright material and does emit light, much like glowstone does. All right, so let's go down and let's activate this thing. I'm super excited to get this to work because it is really cool that you can automate things like this. Later on, there's easier ways of doing it, but getting started right away, this is going to probably be one of the better methods. So once we pull this back, this is going to retract. The two things are going to be able to meet, and thus we have falling sand. Now, as of right now, it's just sand, right? And it's going to be building up going into the cache. But occasionally, we're going to get some aquamarine shale. And that's where this is going to come in handy. We're going to see some aquamarine shale build up in here. And we're able to actually just set up another cache over here. And caches, by the way, are kind of like storage drawers. And when we hook this cache up finally, we'll be able to put that in there. Oh, look at there. Aquamarine shale. So perfect. So we can set this up here. And now I can go into this and go, all right, add that there. So anytime we get any, it'll just eventually build up into this. So this right here can be shut off. And like I said, when it gets shut off, it's automatically going to push the sand blocks here. Those are going to fall onto the stone slab. And then the rest of the stuff is going to get picked up. And we're ready to go. We're ready to go again. When we want to activate this again, there we go. You just turn it on. That turns it off. And all is well. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I hope you learned something. I forgot we're still ablaze. But anyways, guys, don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already. And also give this video, guys, a huge thumbs up. I really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next episode. And as always, thanks for watching.